Good morning, welcome back. This is Scott for The Pressing Matters. Today is July 4th. Hope you're having a great day. I decided to stay in and do a video to catch up on some things that we had missed out on. I've been getting so many records in the past few months that there was a few releases that slipped by that I would like to cover. And today I'm going to focus on craft recordings. We had done something earlier on craft with their Joan Baez reissue, and I mentioned at the time that I would like to show you the Chet Baker reissues and discuss those a little bit. So the Chet Baker reissues were done a few months back. Actually, it might have been closer to a year. And they received unanimous rave reviews from the press and from fans. And the reason is because Kraft has done what other labels should do, and that is to produce a quality reissue at a great price and use the best mastering engineer and the best pressing plant. And that's what they've done here. So these are mastered by Kevin Gray at Coherent Audio and pressed at RTI. And I picked up a couple of them. This one is Chet Baker, It Could Happen to You, which is one of his vocal albums. And there is another vocal album around called Chet Baker Sings, that's on Pacific Jazz, that was reissued by Tone Poet. Unfortunately, I missed out on that one, and we're all waiting for a repress of that because it really got great reviews, and I can't wait to hear that. Because I love the way Chet Baker sings and accompanies himself. He's got a very delicate vocal style. Unusual, unlike anything I've ever heard before. It's almost childlike in a way, and I think from what I understand and gather, maybe the other album might be the preference for a vocal album from Chet Baker, but this one surely is excellent as well. So this is Chet Baker, It Could Happen to You. I kept it in the shrink because I wanted didn't want to lose the hype sticker, but this was originally released on Riverside Records. Kraft owns Riverside now, and they are sitting on a gold mine of titles. So the hopes are that they will reissue some more jazz titles in this way. 180 gram, pressed at RTI, mastered by Kevin Gray from the Riverside catalog, and priced at $24.95, which is incredible because these are so well done. They make records that are coming out at $100 look like, you know, what am I paying for? A bunch of box and packaging. You know, a lot of us, I think, would rather just have the record done in a high quality jacket and forget about the box and all that. But so I got that one, and I got Chet, this one here. I had heard this one before. Way back in New York, I had a friend that had this album, and I put it on often, and I really, really fell in love with this album. And to me, this is Chet Baker at his finest. I don't know everything he's put out because it's hundreds and hundreds of records, but of the main ones from that era, I just love this one because it's a very intimate album. It's almost like a mood music. It's just beautiful, romantic. Nothing on it is jarring or too up-tempo. It's very relaxed sounding, and the mastering that Kevin Gray did on this brings out that beautiful quality. And they've done a great job with the jackets on these. They are, I don't know if they're Stoughton, but they are single pocket glossy jackets. Very, very nice for the price. So yeah, the Chet Baker series, there was 2 more that they did. I think it was Chet Baker in New York, and what was the 4th one? It can't come to me right now. I forgot, but well worth seeking out if you can still get them. They're not limited editions, but they are, like any record these days, they come out and then they go temporarily out of stock for months and months. So if you can find the Chet reissue, I would highly suggest that. The other one is also good, you know, if you like the vocal style of Chet Baker. Also from Kraft, and this was a big deal, Kraft started their own One Step series, and their first title was John Coltrane's Lush Life, and it received rave reviews, and I haven't heard it. I have actually the DCC pressing from the 2000s, mastered by Steve Hoffman, and I love that edition, but a lot of people missed out on Lush Life. It kind of was, it was announced a little bit ahead of time, and before you knew it, it was gone because of the way they sold it. And there was only 1,000 made, and it was a fight to get a copy. A fight that only took minutes, and then it was over. Unfortunately, they did the same type of release for their second title, Yusef Lateef, Eastern Sounds. Now this one I heard about ahead of time, so I decided I wanted to try and get one. And trying to get one is like trying to win the lottery. I can tell you the day that it was announced, or the day that it was about to go on sale, I had to go to work. And I was like, geez, I need to be available to press those buttons and get this album, because I know it's going to go quickly. And sure enough, it was scheduled to be released at 11 o'clock Eastern time, and that was the time I was due to go to work. But I frequent a cafe near where I work, and I sat there at the cafe, poised and ready to get this album. I said, this isn't going to take more than a couple minutes to know if I got it or not. And as soon as it hit 11 o'clock, the screen changed, and I started pressing buttons on my phone, really not knowing how to check out on there, but I got a notification that something was happening, and like a spinning dial, and then all of a sudden it said, you had it, you got it. And thank God that I had Apple Pay set up in there, because there was no way you could choose your shipping method and all that. There was no time for that. This was over in 30 seconds, literally 30 seconds. All 1,000 copies were gone. And I know a lot of people were really upset about the way they did that, and I guess I would be too if I didn't get it. And I think it should be done differently in the future. They have said that they are going to increase the amount available from 1,000 to a more reasonable amount. But honestly, these days I don't know what a reasonable amount is, because the Kind of Blue One Step is 25,000, and I'm sure that's going to sell out. But at least people can get it. You know, they can get an order in over a course of a couple of weeks or whatever and get one. This one was so much hype around it, and it was gone in seconds, as I said. But it did arrive. I didn't do an unboxing. I should have, because it was kind of exciting. But so this is how it comes. I don't know if this is going to come across very well. You can see there's an inset artwork and embossed name there. This is a texture, it's actually cloth bound slipcase, very thin, unlike the UHQRs, and certainly unlike the Mobile Fidelity One Steps. I haven't put it back in because it's a little tricky. It's kind of thin. You have to grab it to get it out. There is a ribbon here. I'm not exactly sure how it's used. I know it should pull out the record, but I don't know if it's going to work putting it back in, so I didn't. It is numbered on the back. I got 343. Very nice presentation. You can handle it and not worry about it getting ruined. It's very pretty. And inside, the record is in a pretty standard, I thought, standard sleeve. It's not glossy. It's not particularly heavy duty. It's printed well, but yeah, that's the cover. And confession, I had only heard this for like the first cut on streaming. I don't know this album very well, and I'm sure a lot of fans that do know it well and love it would have loved to have gotten a copy. Yeah, I bought it sight unseen, just getting caught up in the hype. You know, that, a fear of missing out on this very exclusive release. I gotta at least try. Even if I'm not sure I even like the whole album. Fortunately, I do. It's very unusual, very unusual. I had never even heard of the artist before this, but he plays tenor sax, oboe, and flute. And he's got an ensemble with piano by Barry Harris, bass and rabat by Ernie Farrow, and drums by Lex Humphreys. And the music is very Eastern sounding, very mysterious, and I don't know, I can't really describe the technical things behind this music because I'm so new to this genre, and this particular type of music could take books to explain, but it's very mellow in parts and very yeah, I guess it has an oriental flavor throughout. Very interesting. I thought it was fascinating. This is a stereo edition, and the sound was excellent. Their One Steps, of course, if you don't know, One Step eliminates two parts of the process of making a record. So it's stamped directly from the father, and there's no intermediate mother and father stampers. And so you have more direct representation of what's on the tape. This is all analog, of course, and yeah, it's very, very good, excellent. The sound was excellent, and the original recording was by Rudy Van Gelder of Blue Note fame. And if you didn't have a chance to get this record and you would like it, I would have hoped that you could get an OJC copy, Original Jazz Classics. They were around, they are still around, but This record, as soon as I ordered it, I put the original Jazz Classics on order to try to get one. I still haven't gotten one, months and months later. So it might be difficult to get one. Unfortunately, this release, or fortunately, this release gave a lot of interest in this title and in this artist. And so maybe they'll repress it soon, hopefully. I think they will, because the demand is there. But that is an update from Craft Records. I think they're doing great work, and I hope to see more of the Riverside catalog being released in this way, in the way that the Chet Baker is, because that is the sweet spot. Perfect mastering, great pressing, fantastic covers at $24.95. You can't beat that. So anyway, this is Scott for The Pressing Matters. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you next time.